Ha guys, let's get more news about Warriors, but first don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. Why Warriors are willing to wait before investing. B and Kaminger, from CEO Joe LaCab to General Manager Mike Dunleavy to Coach Steve Kerr and his staff. Most key figures within the Warriors hierarchy love what they think Jonathan Kaminger can bring to the franchise. They'd like to move beyond thinking Kaminger can be an NBA All-Star to reach a consensus in the belief that he will evolve enough to reach that status. Though, was according to two NBA sources, enough uncertainty to prevent Golden State from handing Kaminger the kind of massive contract extension that would have signified he is next in line to hold the keys to the franchise, with the deadline passing at 3:00 p.m. Pacific Time Monday. The 22-year-old FOW will become a restricted free agent next summer. He took a leap last season. One source said they want to see another one before they make that investment. He's still under their control. If Kaminger has a strong season, I know they'll take care of him. The Warriors weren't ready to offer Kaminger the kind of massive contract that would have made him the second highest paid player on the books next season, behind only superstar Stephen Curry, who will make $59.6 million. No one else on the current roster has a contract that exceeds $30 million in 2025-26, and Kaminger and his representatives, according to sources, sought a deal well beyond that amount, a deal that would have had considerably more impact on the payroll than those lined up for four-time All-Star Draymond Green and 2022 All-Star Andrew Wiggins. The failure to reach an agreement with Kaminger was not a surprise, though both sides engaged in early conversations. It was quickly apparent that figures could not be reconciled. Kaminger and his agent Aaron Turner of US Basketball are taking a risk with the hope that he will prove he's worth the kind of contract generally afforded a franchise player. In a recent conversation for an upcoming Dubs talk on NBC Sports Bay Area, Kaminger did not seem particularly unnerved by that possibility. "My main focus is basketball and my family," Kaminger said. "With the contract thing, I try to keep my mind off it as much as I can, so I could just come down here every day and focus on basketball. One thing I realized is there's always business. The more you think about what's going on, the more you're going to be mad, and not trying to focus on what's bigger. I just try as much as I can to stay locked in on basketball and let my people handle that stuff." Kaminger made substantial improvement last season, going from sometimes in the rotation to always in the rotation to practically locking up a starting spot at small forward. Young Warriors star becomes obvious Heat trade target after going unextended. "It's a shame he had the Golden State Warriors, and for the potential star Jonathan Kaminger couldn't reach a contract extension agreement before Monday night's deadline. A shame for the Warriors, but not for the other 29 teams in the association that will monitor the situation. If he's truly not part of the Warriors' plans, the Miami Heat need to keep their ears to the ground." Kaminger is an explosive 6'8" wing who claims he's on the trajectory of Kawhi Leonard or Pascal Siakam. The statistics suggest he's not that far off. Leonard didn't average 16 ppg until his fourth season, and Siakam achieved it in his third year. Just like Kaminger, these three players were blessed to play besides all-time greats at the beginning of their careers: Kawhi with the Spurs dynasty, Siakam with Kawhi funnily enough, and Kaminger with Stephen Curry. These wings all tasted team success early, but Leonard and Siakam eventually proved they were stars. It doesn't look like Kaminger will get the chance to prove he's a star in Golden State. The Warriors didn't extend him this season, and there are questions about Kaminger's role. Although The Athletic reported he will start in Wednesday's season opener, starting isn't the end-all be-all, but the Warriors don't seem to know if Kaminger is in their long-term plans. Kaminger will now be a restricted free agent at the end of the year, meaning the Warriors could match any offer he gets, but would they match a big-time offer if he isn't in their plans? 2018 top pick DeAndre Ayton thought he was getting out of Phoenix when he signed with the Pacers in the 2022 off-season. The Suns had other ideas as they matched the Pacers' four-year max deal worth $133 million. That's usually what happens when players hit restricted free agency. Teams don't enjoy losing their players for nothing. I can see the Warriors doing the same thing with Kaminger this summer. Proposed Warriors three-team trade swaps Kevin Looney for dynamic above-the-rim center after the Golden State Warriors missed out on Paul George, who went to Philadelphia, and Lauri Markkanen, who remained in Utah. There is no Ava reliable star that can make the Warriors go all in the absence of a home run trade at the moment. Perhaps the Warriors could hit some singles to round out their roster on the fringes. Bleacher Report's Zach Buckley proposed a 3-team trade that could land the Warriors Mitchell Robinson, a legit 7-foot big man who can help them compete against the Western Conference's elites. Golden State Warriors receive Mitchell Robinson, New York Knicks receive Josh Green, Charlotte Hornets receive Garrison to Kevin Looney, a 2026 second-round pick via ATL from GSW, and a 2028 second-round pick via ATL from GSW. Robinson may not move the needle as George or McKinnon could have for the Warriors, who have the 9th best championship odds at +4,500 at FanDuel, one of the toppers online sports books, but he can help them defend the best big men out west, from 3-time NBA MVP Nikola Jokic to 4-time Defensive Player of the Year Rudy Gay to last season's unanimous Rookie of the Year Victor Wembanyama to Oklahoma City's Twin Towers Isaiah Hartenstein and Chad Green to Memphis 7'4" rookie Zach Edey. With Robinson out until January, the Warriors could target him as a low-cost trade candidate without giving up any of their significant draft assets and save it for a disgruntled star down the road. A healthy Robinson is a dynamic above-the-rim center. He's an explosive lob finisher, an active glass cleaner, and a don't even think about it rim protector. He's almost a souped-up Tracy Jackson Davis with more size and length and better hops. Robinson could be the ideal anchor for this defense and a lob threat teams must constantly monitor on the offensive end. Buckley wrote, with Kerr aiming to get the Warrior back to becoming a defense-oriented team, Robinson fits the bill as a defensive anchor next to Green. Robinson was on his way to an all-defensive season when an ankle injury forced him to sit out 50 games in the regular season. The 26-year-old Knicks center led the league in offensive rebounding over the last 2 seasons. He averaged 4.6 offensive rebounds last season. He has career averages of 8.0 points, 7.99 rebounds and 1.2 blocks per game since the Knicks drafted him 36th overall in the second round in 2018. Knicks coach Tom Thibodeau called Robinson an elite center, though he's become expendable with the arrival of 4-time All-Star center Karl Anthony Towns. And you fan, what do you think of the situation of Mitchell Robinson? Leave your opinion in the comments.